Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Candid Coffee. I'm your host Doug Stone, and I'm actually joined today by Ryan Stoltzfus.
Hey, you said it right, good job.
Yeah, go me. So it's like we're friends or something. So we're here at Corvus Coffee Roasters in Denver, Colorado, and we're a coffee roaster, but we also have a retail side of the shop, and Ryan's the manager of that. So if you've ever been in the shop, you've probably seen him slinging drinks for people.
I'll slang that drink.
And doing lots of small talk today. Anyway, this is episode 4 of Candid Coffee, and today we're tasting one of our brand new coffees from Costa Rica, Las Lajas Perla Negra, and it's a reserve coffee. It's one of the first reserve coffees we've had in a while, right? It's been a few months, yeah. All right, so we're gonna taste it on camera for you and tell you what we think. First, I'm gonna give you a little information about it first. So yeah, like I said, it's from Costa Rica. It's actually from Sabanilla de Alajuela in the Central Valley of Costa Rica, so right in the middle of Costa Rica. The farmers, or rather the people who run the Las Lajas micromill, are Francisca and Oscar Chacon. They are third-generation coffee producers, and
they're crushing it.
Yeah, no, they really are, and they're known for being among the first to produce high-quality, natural and honey-processed coffees. This one, the Perla Negra, is actually a natural, and really quick short version about coffee processing. So the coffee beans are seeds inside cherry, basically. They usually grow 2 back to back, which is why there's a flat side to a coffee bean. And once they're harvested, you have to take all the fruit, or basically the cherry stuff, or the pulp, or the mucilage, or whatever, off the seed so that it can be dried before it can be shipped to be roasted at a coffee roaster like this before, or coffee roaster like us. So what is often done, or I would say most commonly throughout Latin America, at least historically, is what's called the washed process, where the cherries are squeezed and the seeds just pop out, and then a bunch of water is used to literally just wash the seeds off before they're dried, so there doesn't get any kind of off flavors. But sometimes, and this is kind of popular in East Africa too, we can do what's called natural process. Here, actually, we have a couple of these. Ryan, would you hand me just the first one there on the right, very far right?
Oh.
Yeah. So this is what.
Left and right.
Yeah. Right.
So,
yeah. Okay. So this is some what we call parchment coffee. So this is coffee. This is unroasted coffee beans. There you go. Yeah. How's that? And it's actually still in this shell, basically, which is yeah. You can see I'm taking the shell off, and then boom, there's the green coffee seed. Here, hand me the green coffee one. Ugh. So yeah, this is what green coffee looks like once it's been hulled and the parchment comes off. So this is what fully washed coffee looks like. All right, now hand me the one that's left here. Boom! Yeah, so this is dried out coffee cherries without any of the fruit removed, and this is what's called natural process. So if you ever see natural on a bag of coffee, it's this kind of sun drying process with the fruit on, instead of washed. It's not like, oh, it's all natural. It's actually this way of processing the coffee, which is actually harder to do, because when you think about it, if you just picked a bunch of cherries and laid them out in the sun to dry, they're basically just going to rot, right? If you don't have proper airflow, dry, environment or whatever. But Francisca and Oscar do a really good job of this, and so the seeds themselves, which again become roasted coffee beans and brewed coffee eventually, they absorb a lot of that fruit flavor, so you get a lot of kind of exotic tasting coffee that almost tastes like someone poured like fruit syrup or like something like that in your cup of coffee. Yeah, exactly. So but Francisca and Oscar actually this is at Las Lajas is an organic micromill, which is almost unheard of in Costa Rica, and they're really devoted to sustainability and doing good things for the environment. And honey process, which we'll explain in another video, and natural process don't require any water, whereas washed process is kind of easier to do cleanly, but it takes a lot of water. So we've just brewed up some of this Las Lajas natural process, what we're calling Perla Negra, and actually I'll explain that term in just a second here. But we brewed it up a couple minutes ago here on the V60, and we're going to taste it here on camera for you and let you know what we think.
I'm so nervous.
I know, right? Yeah, boom.
My nose was made for this, Doug.
Right away, it smells. I mean, I'm smelling a lot of kind of fruitiness, and I've got just a few of the dried grounds left over. Oh man.
Oh, come on.
A lot of cherry notes.
Almost like a nice herby cherryness. Somebody mix some herbs in there with that cherry.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay if you disagree with me.
No, I mean,
You might.
it's very complex. A lot of times, people who've had a bunch of natural coffees before, sometimes they don't always love it because there can be a little bit of a almost fermenty type of quality that creeps in, just because, again, it is fruit drying onto these seeds over the course of several days, sometimes a couple of weeks. And in fact, Francisca and Oscar came up with the term Perla Negra to differentiate this particular natural drying process, to differentiate it from other ones. So when the cherries are laid out in raised beds and they're turned regularly, but it's actually a little bit longer of a drying process than other ones. And so this particular method is called Perla Negra, and it really accents the fruity notes in this coffee. Still kind of hot though. Wow, yeah, there's almost a licoricey type of...
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's...
Super deep fruit.
Definitely, yeah, really like darkly
So
colored
rich.
fruits.
Good
Yeah.
gosh.
There's a slight, that sort of licoricey, fruity, almost...
Winey.
Yeah, winey. Yeah, exactly.
Nice wine fruit.
It's like a,
for sure.
it's like a wine, almost tannic. It's not quite that bitter, and it's not drying at all. This is a really juicy coffee. It's like really making my mouth water.
Yeah.
But that's you can taste that kind of fermenting note in a lot of these natural coffees, and sometimes honey processed coffees too.
It's like when Grandma's strawberry pie goes bad.
Dude, yeah, no,
In the
for
best
sure.
way.
Exactly. Or when you get like maybe a peach, where you're like, oh, I forgot I had these peaches.
It's the worst.
It's probably still good, right? And you just get a little astringency with that. So it's not quite sugary, but it's still fruity and sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really excellent. There's a lot of like brown sugary. I think you nailed it with the pie aspect,
Yeah.
where it's not just
Kinda
fruity
baked.
notes. Exactly, yeah. A
Baked
little
fruit.
like bakey pastry type stuff. Not like baked like in a roaster. There you
That
go.
really opens it up. It opens it up, yeah. Every time.
Exactly. It's great coffee. How's the body like for you?
It's actually not as delicate as I initially thought it would be. I think as it cools, it's going to get a little more syrupy.
Yeah, it's really...
It's a pretty... Like, it stands up in there, for sure.
Yeah, it's not
nice
like
and
a...
heavy. Sits nice in my mouth.
Yeah, it's not chewy or grainy or gritty or anything like that. It's very full, creamy.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is really tasty.
That's
A little bit of the, topping it off with some warmer stuff really even brightened it up. The acidity is really nice. Again, not a sour, tart type of acidity. It's almost like
insanely balanced for a natural.
no,
You
it's
don't get those kind of wonky things that you're talking about. It's
really
just-
clean. And again, these guys do an excellent job. There's not any off flavors at all. And it's rightfully a reserve coffee. I think it's running around $22 a box or so for 12 ounces.
Out the door.
Exactly, 22 out the door. So if you live in the Denver area, or actually, swing by and try a cup or grab a box, and these can also actually
I'll brew you some right up.
go out and let this guy will
With
do
my
it.
hands.
He will do it, both of them. Yeah,
Come on.
You can stand there and watch him and ask him about it too. This is one of actually several coffees we got this season from Costa Rica. Once this coffee is all gone, we have another one that's a red honey process from the same producer. So we'll do a video and talk about that and what makes it honey, what makes it red honey, and that'll be a really interesting one too. Maybe we'll have Ryan join us back for that one too.
Probably will.
All right, so thanks again for watching. I've got another question for you guys out there. What's your favorite show right now?
Probably New Girl.
New Girl?
Every time.
You watching it right now? I actually I'm a little late to the party on this one, but I just started watching Arrested Development.
Oh, classic.
Took me a few tries to get into it,
Yeah.
but it's really funny now.
Love that.
William, what's your favorite show right now?
Still Game of Thrones, obviously.
Oh,
Predictable.
Watch, rewatch, re-rewatch.
All right, So leave your comment. What's your favorite TV show right now down below in the comment section. If you liked the video, if you liked Ryan and my banter, give us a like, subscribe. There'll be more videos of these coming out. Again, my name is Doug Stone. This is Ryan Stoltzfus, and we're here at Corvus Coffee Roasters in Denver, and this has been another episode of Candid Coffee. Thanks for watching.